So yesterday we talked about operational excellence, security, and reliability. Okay. So today we'll focus for
Yeah.
performance efficiency. Okay. This is the performance efficiency is not like a one-time
Mm.
of job. Okay. Performance
Okay.
efficiency, you have to work like uh, interval of time, like either within week or month or
Mm.
fortnight. That performance efficiency you have to check because performance is why it is required. Suppose you are dealing with 100 customer. Okay, so any product. Okay,
Okay.
either
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
finance product or these things e-cart, that is shopping product. Okay, so
Mm-hmm.
now first of all you are dealing with, suppose when you open that start that your project and when
Mm-hmm.
it live, you have 100 customer. After day by day, your customer number is 1 million. For that,
Okay.
so the request come to your website. So for 100 million, sorry, for 100 member, you are getting 100 requests. That is very nominal. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
but
Mm-hmm.
like after 2 to 3 year, it increased into 1 million. Now tackle the 1 million, 10 million, or 100 million request is like big deal. Okay, for that you have to change your architecture. For that you have to change your code. Lot of things need to be done. So depend on what is the requirement, and for that you have to keep on like work on it, and you have to, so your performance should be efficient for all user. It's not like that's for some member you are giving a very good performance, not for all. This will not work. So for that you have to, if it is on premises, so when data will increase, then what you have to do, you have to increase your storage. Okay, but when it is cloud, okay, you have to buy storage. Okay, you have to do some optimization things by which your performance will efficient. Okay, so if I think about the design principle of the performance efficiency, so what is the performance efficiency? Performance is efficiency which focuses on the ability to use IT and computing resources efficiently to meet system requirements and to maintain the efficiency as demand changes and technology evolves. As I told you, so like if you think in a year of 2000 to 2005, okay, there was no concept. Yeah, there was actually, but no one is using big data concept. Okay, because very few people use that big data. So like Amazon and all those companies, the big company, big fish are using big data. No other company, they are normally using. Even if you take Flipkart also use very normal software. Okay, but day by day it increased, and because of the requirement of your system requirement, okay, your business requirement, you have to evolve your system. Okay, so not only evolve, your performance should be efficient to handle that much of data, that much of user. Okay, this thing. So this is called, so by using IT and computer resources, the efficiently to meet system requirements. System requirements means yes, your now these things, your, as I told you, your data is increased. So from 1 GB to now you are getting 10 GB data per day. So your 1 GB hard disk will not work. So then you have, if it is on premises, then you have to buy 10 GB hard disk. So this one, so your system upgradation happen. So for that you have to change your so when requirement changes, system upgrade happen. Okay, so you have to use IT and computing resources efficiently, by which your performance will, these things will increase. So if I talk about, this is nothing but performance efficiency. So if I ask for the design principle, so how to determine the your this thing is increased? Okay, first you have to consume technology as a service. Okay, and simplifies the implementation of advanced feature. So again, if I go for the Flipkart things, okay, first of all, Flipkart only sell book. Then they introduce fancy type of things. Okay, then they introduce every single thing, whatever you are getting there in only. Amazon. Okay, nowadays they are focusing on flight booking, rail booking, this type of thing. So obviously your implementation is increasing. So you are going sector by sector. Okay, so obviously your technology need to be increased. So when we are talking about you can buy a flight ticket from Flipkart. Okay, so that flight ticket, so for that Flipkart has to contact with all flight company. Okay, they has to fetch the data from their server. So now only selling book to contact with all flight company. So that means it's a major change. Major means major change. And for that, when you are implementing new technology in your system, okay, you have to uh, like upgrade yourself. Okay, you have to use advanced technology also. This is one. Second is global in minutes. Deploy system in multiple AWS region. So you know AWS region. There is a lot of AWS region in there. Okay. So deploy system in multiple region. Why? Why it is? First of all, suppose think about here. Your server. Okay, your server. So your client is not only from India. Your client is from New Zealand, Australia, Britain, next US. Okay, so if you put your data, okay, or API into only Indian region, okay, and if you try to fetch data from American region, okay, you have to like traverse a long distance. Okay, not like a flight, but yes, this server to that server to that server. So Amazon or any other cloud, these things, they are giving you option. Okay, from sitting from India, you can create your instance into different what it say region. Okay, by which when you communicate, when you try to communicate with any different server, okay, different region. So suppose you already stationed your project into that server, so Singapore server or US server. Okay, so there where communication between a user and that server is easy, that will be faster. In other hand, if you set everything in India and you are trying to catch user from America, okay, it will be harder because they need to change server to server. So long network input output will happen and it will reduce the these things speed. It will take more resources. Okay, so deploy system in multiple AWS region to provide lower latency. As I told you, the latency will be lower because you don't have to traverse in multiple servers. Okay, and a better customer experience. If again, so if it is deployed in Indian server, Indian people will get fast response. But whereas if American user is asking for these things, okay, so your request need to travel a lot of area, okay, lot of network system that need to travel. So and getting the response from Indian server, okay, that is like hectic job. So at least 10 to 12 seconds they has to wait to get the response. So better, what you can do, you can create another instance. This Amazon is Amazon.in, Amazon.nz, Amazon.bl. Okay, because of this one, okay, you are putting your all server instance in different region. So this is the second reason to go for global. Okay, use serverless architecture. This is very important nowadays. Everywhere you can heard about, okay, go for the serverless. What is serverless? That you need to know. Serverless is nothing but where you don't have to set up your server. That is the serverless. In short, where you don't have to set up any server. Okay, you need some resources. Okay, so you go to AWS, you need some resources. Okay, but you don't know how to design a server. It's very common. A normal except a developer, no one can able to do that. Okay, so what you will do, you will use those product. Okay, so for in AWS, every you have every options. server with server and serverless also. So if I take AWS Glue, that is serverless, and the same thing you can do it in AWS EMR. There you have to set up your server. So you have option either serverless or uh, with server. Okay, so serverless means, as I told you, you don't have to set up anything. Just write down your app name or project name. Okay, and just run this one. It will automatically create a resources for you, and not only that, it has scalability. Okay, suppose in think about your sales on a particular time on a day. Okay, in suppose in evening your sales quantity is too high, but from morning it is too low. So if you are using serverless, what will happen at that time? So when your like request is too high, user request is too high, it automatically deploys some uh, memory or storage for you. Okay, though it is chargeable, they will, you don't have to think about it. Okay, I need more storage, I need more memory. No, you don't have to think, because automatically AWS will do for you, because you are choosing serverless. Okay, whereas in EMR, okay, so as an example, I'm telling you EMR, you have to create cluster, you have to set up your memory, you have to set up your driver. Okay, the lot of installation need to be done, because for communication between the driver and all. So that prerequisite you have to fulfill, then only you can use that server. But serverless, you don't have to do anything, just put your name of the app. Okay, and what are the requirements you have, just check that one and it will automatically create for you. That's it. Okay, so serverless nowadays, this is and I'm telling you, like if you take next 5 year to 6 year, there will be no like uh, server, dedicated server. That terms is dedicated server. There will not be a dedicated server. Everywhere, every user can use that serverless. So that is why serverless will be the next future of our cloud migration and all these things. Okay. Next, consider mechanical sympathy. Understand your architecture and then choose services that aligns with the requirements. Okay. So again, I'm coming with the AWS Glue and AWS EMS plan. Okay. So in AWS Glue, okay. So if you are dealing with GB of data, then AWS Glue doing transformation, storing data, AWS will give you a better performance. But in terms of quantity of data, okay, if it is more than, it's around petabyte or zettabyte, okay, there your serverless will not work. You cannot able to do anything, because that will hang. So for that, you need to create your own server. Okay, and then you can deploy this one, because you know what is the volume, how much request can come. Okay, so the total thing is, first you have to understand your architecture. If you don't go with serverless, you have to understand your architecture, then choose services that aligns with your requirements. Okay, so yeah, this is the more or less performance efficiency. If you have any question, please ask me. Okay, I am telling you, this is very
So
important for
did
you. Yeah, tell me. As a, if you ask me, as a AWS migrator,
mm,
what you need to know as a
mhm,
technical perspective, you need to know very,
yeah.
you should have a very clear idea about your cloud. Okay. So without you having clear idea, anything, you cannot choose anything. So if you're thinking, "Oh, okay, I will upload into AWS." So you have to be very clear idea about AWS. You have to very clear how much data we are going to deal with. Okay, how much request will come in my website. Okay, so how what type of latency we are expecting. Okay, and each and every second, what will be the data processing amount, that you need to know. Then you have to figure it out in which service I am going to use. Okay, there is a lot of orchestration tool. You can use step function, you can use event bridge. Okay, even you can use lambda function also. But when you have to take the decision which particular services I want to use, and obviously the reason is why you will choose event bridge instead of step function or lambda function, or why you choose step function instead of event bridge or lambda, or another is why you choose lambda instead of event bridge and step functions. These things you need a clear idea about that. Okay, so why I am using this one, why I am not using that one only? Because Mona, very frankly speaking, when you are you will like uh, face the interview, no, so proper. So suppose you are already a migrator, now you are changing company, they this question will like that only. Okay, they will ask that only, say so okay, you are planning to do upload into there, AWS, but you know AWS not supporting VMware. Okay, so tell me what are the another options we have in AWS that you have explained. Then, so each every functionality has more than 2 to 3 options. So you told them, okay, one options. Then they will counter you, okay, why not this? So for that, you need to know all the whatever it is required for migration, all these things like why I should choose this one, what is the reason to do that? Okay, why I'm not choosing that one? What is the reason for that one? So for choosing, you need reason. For discarding, there also you need reason. This is how it works. Because if you ask me, if you tell me, okay, I am choosing AWS because of the cost. Okay, I will tell you, okay, if you consider with Azure, okay, it is only $2.5 difference. So that is very minimalistic. So why should because I know Azure is faster than AWS. Okay, then you have to defend your word. So why I choose AWS? You have to tell, okay, this is service we have. Every cloud has their own services. Okay, so I can counter you. Okay, in Azure also you have those type of services. So why AWS, why not Azure? So all these functions, because of at least I'm telling you, AWS and Azure, GCP forget about, no one will ask the GCP type of question, or Databricks. Okay, this type of question they will not ask you. But yes, whatever cloud you are thinking about, okay, that you need to know properly. Okay,
Okay.
so
Yeah. Got it.
next
Understood.
next is cost optimization, and this is, you know, this is a very big like point. So why?
Shruti, one question.
Yeah, yeah.
So, for after covering cost optimization and sustainability,
Mm.
we're gonna see some live demo or some demo.
Uh, Live demo. No, today I will not give
Mm.
a live demo because I
Not
have to.
today, in
No,
general.
I have to finish that
Mm.
migration process. Okay, then I
Mm.
can give
Mm.
you a demo.
Mm-hmm.
After completing migration process, then I can give you a demo. Not before that.
Oh, okay. When it is likely, like rough date
Next week.
next week.
Next week.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Fine. Fine. Fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
So next is cost optimization, and you know this is very important for a business perspective. This is very important. So whatever decision you are taking, by technically, by non-technically, the main thing behind of every discussion is cost optimization. That you are either you are a developer, either you are a business person, either you are a marketing person, that you need to like in this particular area, everyone should have agreed before any proceedings. Okay, cost optimization. So again, I told you the overall cost between AWS and Azure, it's very minimal. Okay, it's like maximum 2.5 dollar. That is the difference, maximum. So it is very minimalistic when you are dealing with this type of data. So $2.5 is very minimalistic. So you can go Azure. So yes, that is the reason you have to sit together and you have to like take a decision. Okay, I am using these things for AWS. Okay, if I am switching into Azure, Okay, I have this modules or characteristic. Okay, so now you have to do the calculation. Okay, so for each this feature, I have to spend suppose $10. Okay, next for $5, next for $3, like you 10, 13, 15, 17, like that. Okay, now come to the another thing. Okay, Azure, what will happen here? You can see this part. So there is five feature who can cover six feature of AWS. Okay, but individually their cost is high, though overall cost between AWS and Azure is very minimalistic. But when you are using different type of module, okay, in one thing, then it will vary, because some of the things is too expensive. So yeah, what I'm trying to tell you, so whenever you are starting anything, your first object will be sit together and taking a decision of the costing thing. Okay, now after costing thing, you have to contact with developer. Okay, look, I am giving you this much of space, this much of memory. Okay, and it takes around 100 like $1,000 per month or per fortnight. Okay, what is required? So you will tell them, okay, I want uh, instead of $100,000, I want it within $900. Okay, for that, whatever you want to do, you can do. Okay, so for that, what you will do, you will check which of the module takes too much time. Okay, so for that, you have to replace those code. Okay, query code, these things. So optimization cost, you have a primary cost. Okay, that is your cost. Now you are thinking, okay, I have a website like Amazon. Amazon is regularly taking maximum resources 4 GB, okay, as a memory. But I am not as famous as Amazon. I am taking 9 GB of memory per month. Okay, I am paying more than Amazon. So there you have to think about it. Scale, we have to, because of they, if they can able to do it within 100 dollar or 100 in pound. Okay, why cannot we able to compete with them? Okay, obviously, because the cost optimization, cost optimization is like understanding and controlling where money is being spent and focuses on the ability to avoid unnecessary cost. I told you, suppose your computation, data computation taking very small time. Okay, so think about uh, zero point 0.2 millisecond. Okay, the computation, but while storing data, it is taking around 120 MB. Okay, so that is why uh, yeah. So then what will happen? It will create a mess. Okay. So that is the reason cost optimization is very important. After this is not final one. So you are giving a proposal that much cost should happen. Okay. But daily life usages you don't know. Okay. So now when it comes into feature, so it comes live. Okay. You can able to see, okay, we thinking 1 GB is good enough. But in fact, uh, like it is require more resources. Okay, so for that, you have to think, okay, so more resources, instead of more resources, is if I can optimize the code. Okay, if I can delete that code after storing any variable or after displaying things, instead of keeping those record, if we delete that one, okay, it will free their space. So then you, instead of two mm, so unnecessary using resource, you can stop that one. Okay, and you can scale your resources by which your like cost thing will decrease. This is how it works. So for cost optimization, the if I am talking about the design pattern, Okay. Implement cloud financial management. To accelerate your business in the cloud, we need to invest cloud.financial.management. Then adopt a consumption model. Pay only for what you use. This is very simple. In AWS, everything is pay only whatever you use. Okay. Measure overall efficiency. Continuously monitor and optimize usage of your resources. Stop spending money on undifferentiated heavy thing and analyze and attribute expenditure. Easily identify user usage and cost and attribute IT cost to individual workload owners. Okay. So any question this about the cost optimization? This is the cost optimization, nothing but. So primary you have a cost, then while doing these things,
Mm.
you can understand the cost is not sufficient or sufficient. Okay. So by which you will create these things. What it say? Yeah, this is the thing. So cloud, and after upload your data, you have to be you. So your regular job is optimization thing, and because of that optimization, uh, so your uh, cost will decrease. You will get a good promotion from your company. Okay, so these things will happen. So actually I'm trying to tell you cost is the very important thing, very important thing in our life cycle.
Okay. So you just mentioned one point that some tool or what is that? Cost dot something.
uh, Sorry. Yeah,
You
here you
just
can
what is
just
no, you mentioned one point,
which point?
some
Cl-
tool name or cost dot
Cloud
something.
financial management.
What is that?
Cloud financial management. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
AWS cost calculator. Now you can see. Okay. Here you can do every single thing. So that mean for AWS, that many services provided by AWS. Okay. Now you suppose I want to take S3. Okay. Amazon Simple Storage Services. Okay. Configure. Okay. So what type of access grant? So this suppose standard I'm taking. Okay. S is standard. This one. Okay, after filling all these things, you will get the calculation. So you have, when you are doing these things, you have a basic calculation in your mind. Then with using AWS financial management, that means AWS or Azure, everyone has their own financial management. Okay. One second. No. আমি এখন কাজ চলে। Yeah, by using this one, you can see the calculation. This is the cloud financial management. Okay, for every cloud server, you have a one financial management. Even Azure, if you see Azure cost calculator tool, pricing calculator. Okay, look. whatever service you are taking, okay, you can estimate the, yeah, cost. So that is why, so if you have a proper requirement, if you have knowledge about your traffic, okay, the resources, so you have to discuss with your developer also. So this type of things, if you have, then you have to sit and you have to do the calculation things. I'm not saying this is the foolproof calculation. So whenever you are doing like performance efficiency, when you're upgrade your project, okay, so your requirement or resource requirement will increase, okay, your price will also increase. But yes, this management system will give you a approximate, no, not approximate, exact amount they will give, but it depends on your requirement. Your requirement is not exact, okay, it is uh, something you are thinking, okay, you have some previous experience, you use that experience and you are calculating these things, and you like either your manager or your CEO, you just tell them this is my approximation cost. Okay, now think about it. Like that one only. Okay, anything else?
So usually, as you mentioned that we have to discuss with the dev team.
Yeah.
Only dev team. We do have other teams, right? Like so, in terms of architecture and in terms of
Developer, no, I mean
uh,
taking all these things as a DevOps team,
uh,
architect, and
yeah,
developer.
yeah.
I am
Uh,
merging them in as a development team. It is not, you
okay.
don't have to talk with your
Mm,
marketing person, salesperson, okay,
mm,
HR
mm, mm.
person. You have to
Yeah,
talk with your technical team. Instead of
yeah.
development, your technical team. Yes, you have
Okay,
to
okay.
discuss with them.
Mm,
Okay,
okay.
because they
Let's say,
can, yeah, tell
yeah.
me. Hmm,
Let's say we have a budget given by the client, so and
hmm,
so.
hmm.
So within that, I have to give the estimations. So
Okay.
how does it happen?
In that particular case, what you have to do, you have to
Yeah.
left some
Uh,
feature. Okay,
mm-hmm, mm-hmm,
so suppose you are using multiple zones, okay,
mm-hmm,
region.
mm.
Okay,
Okay.
when you are like you are using 3 or 4 region or 10 region, okay,
Mm-hmm,
you can say, because every region, your structure of the project is will be same for every these things region. Okay, and every user using your website from their region. Okay, so obviously your clicks count, your request will increase. So you, if client ask you, okay, in 100 region I want to set up these things, and my price is only $5,000. Okay, then you have to tell it 100 region, it cannot be possible. Either increase your budget, or instead of 100, do maximum 10, then I can do that.
okay.
It's not like if you have 5,000 $1,000, okay, and you
Mm-hmm,
can able to distribute your code from 1,000 region, 100 region. No, it will not happen.
mm-hmm,
That is why the negotiation, no? So you have to ask,
mm-hmm,
okay,
mm-hmm,
if you want 100 region, then
mm-hmm.
my minimalistic cost is that much of. Okay. And if
Okay.
you want only you, if you fixed your budget, then I
Mm-hmm,
can give you that much of region, not more than that.
mm-hmm.
Okay. This is yes, this is like negotiation you and with your client.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
And last, then the sustainability. As I told you, sustainability, like when you create something, no, you have some policies, okay, and best practices. So policies means, okay, my policy is every day at 11 o'clock. So suppose you are creating one software which is India basis, okay, it's not for US, not for UK, so only it will work in India. Okay, and it is a data related project, as an example I'm telling you. So what can be done? So all the data a normal user can upload within office time. Okay. So now what you are thinking, okay, I set one automation which will read the data, okay, store into the database and delete the existing file. So they upload the file into CSV format. Okay. And what your automation will do? Automation will so there is a folder. Okay, something your company project name. Okay, so that there is a folder. Whenever someone upload anything, that folder will come, that file will come into that CSV file come into that folder. Okay. From since morning we are not doing anything, because then it will be like the data will come as a discrepancy. So you are keep on uploading every single thing in. Okay, and one shot. Okay, you are running an automation which will fetch the data from that folder, read that data, store the data into database. Okay, then delete that data. Okay, so for sustainability, what you need to do for sustainability period tracks your progress toward policies. So this is my policy. Running the automation at 11 o'clock. This is my policy. Okay. So now it will track your progress towards policies and best practices that support and more sustainable feature, not just a simple checklist. Okay. So sustainability actually means a lot of things, and sustainability comes after merging. Okay, as I told you that policy, every project has its own policy, its own rules and regulations. Okay, so somewhere you can see you are trying to log in somewhere. Okay, so after giving you username password, when you put enter there, no, automatically this password increased, size of the password increased. Okay, that means when you trigger that action, okay, it will change its format. Okay, after changing this format, it will check the updated format with your database. If that format is exist, okay, that answer is exist, then you can able to log in, otherwise no. Okay, so these things, so this login type of things. Okay, so sustainability means, yeah, so now after some days a new request come from your user. Okay, I need, instead of username password, I want to use OTP services, okay, for login. So sustainability, first of all, it will check the progress toward your policies and best practices, the support to more sustainable feature, and not just the some simple checklist. Okay, your feature, whatever you are creating as per your client request. As I told you, first the conventional process for login, and now these things happen. Okay, so you create the whole logic for login. Sustainability means after changing, so very first 2 year you worked as a like these things, core login area, convention login area. After 2 year you change that one, you know the transition. Okay, so you have to take the decision about the sustainability. Okay, though I am changing the topic, I am changing the architecture, but yes, that should be sustainable. That is totally depend on you. Okay, so yeah, this is the sustainability. First of, if I go for the design principle, first understanding your impact, understand your cloud infrastructure environment, social and economic impact. Okay, so I am thinking, I told you, I have $5,000 and I'm planning to uh, upload the data into there, but it's into different region. It will not going to happen. It will not happen because you have to understand, okay, about your cloud infrastructure. So what is the price of that? How much replication you can do? This, all these things. Environment, what environment you are using actually, social, if something happened, what will be the impact in social, economical, those things. First, that is why my question is understanding your cloud infrastructure and your product. Okay, then you can do anything. English sustainability goal. Plan your growth, design your architecture to reduce the, establish sustainability goal. Plan your growth and design your architecture to reduce the impact per unit per work as per user. Uh, Maker. Maximize utilization, right size each workload, anticipate and adopt now more efficient hardware and software offerings. Usage managed services reduce the after effects of your cloud workloads. So look, after sustainability is not depend on you. If you are an architecture or if you are a CEO, it is not related with you. It is totally related with take a technical team. Okay, so suppose you have five technical person, they are technically very good. Okay, after 10 months, they complete that project and they left your company. Okay, now you are hiring five or six new person and asking them to work on that. Okay, so it may happen, your sustainability, you reduce your sustainability. Karan, they don't know about this code, they don't know about the traffic. Okay, so that is the reason. So when you are trying to like using that sustainability terms, okay, first you have to design your architecture and you have to think about your impact. Okay, if everything is okay, then you upload the file and rest of the case will do your technical team for sustainability. Clear?
Yeah, yes, Sudeep.
Great.
So can I ask a
Next.
question?
Yeah, sure, sure, sure.
No, we are done with the sustainability, still points.
No, no, I'm done.
Ah, done. Okay, okay.
Next day I will give you this thing.
Mm,
What it say?
mm,
PPT.
no problem, no problem. So since we covered six pillars,
Hmm.
uh, I would like to understand in terms of you know what are the challenges, what are the risks, what are the assumptions in each and every pillar wise that we may face during the actual migration, or what sort of question, and sorry, not or, and what sort of questions will be asked in the interview
Okay,
on these six pillars.
great.
Okay.
So let's start with operational excellence. Operation excellence. So first, as I told you, yesterday I also talk about the failurity, but again I'm telling you. Okay. So first, we know automate your manual process. Okay. So implementing your operation procedure. So now what you are doing, you did some automation things. Okay, to upload your data, file, images, video, audio, then even your database data also. You create one automation and they are uploading those data. Okay, now what is happening here? So after upload 60 to 70%, something happened with server. Something happened. Something happened in the sense resource. Uh, while merging these things, we need memory and RAM. Okay, for shifting those record into from here to there. Okay, something happened with this RAM and all. Okay, you cannot able to do that. So after 50% or 60%, it got stuck and put in a never ending loop. Okay, so at that time, because you already create a automation, okay, you cannot able to do it manually. Okay, this is a big problem and everyone is facing this type of problem. Then what will be your resolution? There again, I'm telling you, you need to have a second opinion. Okay, or second these things, uh, second backup plan. What you will do, if you see, okay, though you are using automation, if you see, okay, if these things happen three times, okay, and if you are getting this type of issue or it is not work after this something that something it is not working, okay, now you identify this type of issue, then what you will do, you will try to create a second uh, like options. What it will do, it will roll back all the data. Okay, this is the normal procedure, that's why I'm telling you, it will roll back all the data. Okay, it will check if so in YML file, if you all write, okay, this bandwidth I need, okay, if it is not match with that bandwidth, it will not start your job. Okay, if your bandwidth is matched, okay, then it will start that one. So this type of like performance operation as code, I'm telling you, this is the problem you may face. Okay, and solution also. Solution also means rollback, and if something anything happened, okay, they will roll back the whole thing, and after like everything is okay, then again it start. Uh, Make frequent on small reversible changes. So I told you, so whatever changes you are doing, okay, keep on posting into your GitHub or GitLab. Okay, that these things, version control software. The problem is, suppose each and every line you're storing this one, and you are creating these things into like that file into uh, against of that request. Okay, now very simple time you are asking these things. Okay, uh, so yes, obviously your requirement frequency is very less. Small increment happen. Okay, but yes, problem is you are creating multiple small partitions, which at least takes time for that to proceed those data. Okay, and if you're like these things is more than 100 or more than 1,000, okay, then you cannot able to like give a proper solution. So that is the reason perform operation code and like make frequent and small reversible changes. That code is already there. Uh, hmm. Make frequent and small reservations, refine operation procedure frequently. This is, yes, we have to do that. Next is anticipate failure. So you have to anticipate, okay, which is my failure. Okay, then you have to a better solution. So these things is there. So you have to take a decision for performance operation. This error is there. So how you can deal it? I already told you. Now, security. Yes, again, security. One is on-premises security, another is like transit security and stationary security. So you are uploading one files in your local system, okay, from your like yeah, uploading in local system, their security will be different. Okay, and when you are uploading, so for that you have a different type of IAM user. Okay, and you are trying to upload the data into server, there you are the same IAM, it will not work. It will not work because giving provision in local system and giving provision into server system, that is a different thing. And because of that your security anyone can breach, because you don't have proper secure phases, okay, in your system, because you are using the local host data, you are using local host security, but in server it will not happen. So this is a big challenge in respect of security. IAM for specifically I'm telling IAM. Okay. Allow traceability, log, monitor, alert, and audit all the activities to provide traceability for security. Yes, for you it is okay. But if this type of log, okay, or this type of uh, like what you can say, uh, data monitoring tool, okay, or audit data, if it comes from your project, because hacker is there, they want to catch those data and they will sell this data into market. So they are already there. So when you are trying to do something, okay, either uh, in one layer you are not giving security, okay, so this is the point when a client, okay, or these things, he will take the control from yours, and they will whatever do they want to do, they can do it from that one only. So security, yes, traceability allow is not very a good idea. Your manager know about this one, but it should not be in public forum or in like here and there. Automate security based practices, protect data in transit and rest that I already explained. Uh, Keep people away from data. Yes, you can away from data, but it will not happen. I know that. Um, this type of problem it is there while doing like the operational the operation excellence and security. Any question?
Yeah, as of now, okay.
No, no. Ask me.
Mm.
Whatever in your mind, please ask me.
No, no, no. Actually, see, until unless we see a typical scenario, that during that time I may get doubts.
Okay.
Not now. Now it looks clear to me.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Next, performance efficiency. Okay.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Performance efficiency very clear. Today you again same question. Today you have 100 of user. Tomorrow you have 1 lakh user. Okay. You are not changing your environment. You are not changing your resources. You are not changing your database capacity. Will it work? No, it will never work. Y- Your project will stuck there. Okay. So you can create a free feature of MySQL which can contain 1 GB of data max. Okay. And you got one file where your record is around uh, like 1 lakh GB. Okay. Hypothetically. So if you try to those data into your database, will it work? No, it will not work. Your database will crash. Okay, so performance efficiency is very much important. Okay, so whenever it complete, you have each and every time you have to sit. Okay, what are the traffic will come that we have to maintain. Okay, so for that, um, your efficiency you have to increase. Keep on, you have to increase these things because yes, uh, it is very simple. If you have a good business, obviously, if you start with 10 people, after 10, after 5 years, your customer will be 1 million. So yes, obviously, you have to upgrade your system, you have to upgrade your server, you have to write a efficient code there, which can tackle 1 lakh of data. So 1 crore of data in database. These things need to be done. This is the performance efficiency. Okay. Now think about it. You distribute your project into multiple region. Okay, but the problem is you cannot able to create any communication between the like region. Okay, so suppose something happened with your uh, database, which data reside in Mumbai. Okay, now US data got crashed. So what will be the best possible upay? So like best possible thing. So you can replicate your data, Indian, so not Indian data, replicate your software into there only in so in different region. If you cannot able to create these things, so you first of all you need to know in which other region we are uploading this data. Okay, if everything satisfied, then they will take the decision. Okay, so that much is happening, that much is there. Okay, so it as it is global that because Ohio it's charging high, whereas in Singapore they are charging less. Like that, you have to for design principles, sorry, for performance is efficiency also you have to discuss about that. Cost optimization, it's very simple. So if you are thinking, if you are creating uh, that singer, what his name, Honey Singh, yeah, that Honey Singh. Okay, first after his bad phase when he again start doing song and all. Okay, so at that time, mm, they think, okay, So each and every month I will like release that much of song. Okay, but yeah, for release song you need some costs. Okay, so for that it totally implement cloud financial management. So like they have to calculate these things. Okay, so in any example, any example, you have to calculate these things. Okay, when you have that calculation, so now you have to create a calculation model or consumption model. Okay, which data can take much more time. Okay, if you have a proper answer for everyone, and you are creating a version for that. Okay, so your data reading should not be more than 2 GB. Okay, now whoever creating these things, they will tell no 4 GB is required, but 2 GB is very much okay with me. So for that, yeah, you will take 2 GB only. That depends on actually. So uh, what type of invest you are doing. So what type of language you are using. These things I can able to see you. And yeah, most of these three things only. Sustainability, yeah, so you can think about it. This is the vulnerable thing. Cost optimization, performance efficiency, and like security and operational excellence. Rest of the thing is very not very important. Clear?
Yeah, understood.
Okay. Mhm. Hmm. Now, so well architecture that is complete. Okay. Now we will discuss. Should I discuss? Yeah, he told me. We will discuss about AWS migration phases. Okay, there is a four phases actually. We have assess, mobilize,
Mm,
migrate, and
mm,
optimize. Look, optimized thing always come last. This is the
mm-hmm.
optimized. You cannot. Okay, you are not starting any migration thing. You cannot do any optimized. After migration, you can do
Assess,
optimized.
mobilize.
Access, mobilize, migrate,
Huh?
and
Sorry?
optimize. Migrate, assess, mobilize. Okay, first
Okay, and?
you are going to
Mm,
assess these things, then you have to mobilize your,
mm,
then you have to migrate, and after
mm,
that optimized. So that's why
mm,
I'm telling you, think about it. Migrate,
mm, mm.
optimized will come always after migration. So before migration, you cannot do any optimization thing, no, because first you have to upload your data, then only
Yeah,
optimized phase will come.
yeah, yeah, definitely.
Okay, in very short, very
Yeah.
short. What is the access
Mm.
phase? Access phase is like evaluate your existing IT infrastructure, application, server, database, and dependencies. Okay, very small here. So first you have to know what is your current workload. Okay, so how much your project. So if you are on premises software, so and you are using last 2 year with this software. Okay, now it is working good, but you want to move into cloud. Okay, now think about it. So now you have one answer. The first answer you have, a first and very important answer. What is the workload of our system, of my system? How much traffic we are dealing with every single day? Okay, how much click we are dealing with? Okay, how much download we are dealing with? If you are dealing with a video software, so how many times user can see my these things, the set time of your video and audio, these things. So you have a primary concept. Okay, this is my workload. Okay, after workload, then instant you have to think of actually. Oh, so after upload, the second question, what is the infrastructure of my IT? Okay, because if you don't know what is your, so instead of, so suppose okay, our company using these things on premises data. Our software is also in one server, okay, and we are using 30 GB of CPU. What is 30 GB? If you ask me, okay, my company is using 30 GB of rack space. Rack space in the means your CPU. Then I will my question will be, what is 30 GB? What is 30 GB means I'm asking you, what is your storage? What is your memory? What is your cache memory? Okay. So what is your parsing memory? So I'm 30 GB means 30 GB cannot be an answer. Your answer has to be like that only. This is these things, this is. So first you need to know what is your architecture, because you are dealing with that much of your workload. To maintain your workload, you need to know what is the architecture behind it. Okay. If you don't know the architecture, you cannot do the calculation, obviously. So you need to know these things, workload, and for that much of RAM, that much of storage, that much of memory we are using. Okay. While migrating these things, at least that scenario, that much of space, that much of memory, that should be there at least. Okay, not below that, because if you put the below value, okay, it will start, because you need minimalistic that much of infrastructure to run that much of workloads. So if your IT infrastructure you need to know. Okay. And then what are the application? What are the application? That means you are using multiple companies API. Okay. Let's take Databricks. Let's say data warehouse, small companies API. Okay. Government API, NIC API, plus uh, mm, what it say? What I can say you like AWS API, Azure API, uh, Twilio API. So you are using lot of API. Twilio is for telephonic things. Okay, a message and telephone. So these things is there. So first you need to know the application. What are the application we are using in my total project? Okay. So you have to figure it out. For nowadays, microservice is there, but still you need to know what are the application we are using here, what type of server it is. Like, again I'm coming to you, like if you are using a data related software, okay, so you can use DBMS database, or you can use a data warehouse database, that is Snowflake. Okay. If you don't know about your servers and databases, okay, you cannot able to figure it out, which what about the cost optimization, or like workload, uh, like uh, calculation of your workload data, if what how much effort it will take. Those things you cannot able to do, cannot able to judge, until unless you have a you has to go through with assess phases. Okay, so these are the points of assess phase which you have to think about it. Okay, if you ask me the what is the activities, first application discovery and dependency mapping, that you have to do. As I told you, first application discovery, what is my application actual doing, that you need to know, and what are the dependency I have. Okay, then you had to think about the business creation, case creation. Okay, now when you are uploading data and you are also increase one module, okay, in a different module. So first then you have to think about what are the business case I have. Okay, I am increasing one another business case while uploading these things. Okay, so that clear view you need to know. Risk assessment, yes, risk assessment, and total cost of ownership, that tissue analysis. Okay, that you have to do while doing the assess phase. So in your assess phase journey, what need to be know? Application discovery and dependency mapping, business case creation, risk assessment, and total cost of ownership, tissue analysis. So with these things, you can create a migration roadmap. Okay, with using your like technical team and with your business justification. Clear? Okay. Next, mobilize phase. Okay. It is actually uh, it's like what I can say here. It's a preparation and planning before actual migration starts. Okay. So now you have assess. So you come through assess phase. Okay. So now you have clear view about your project. Okay. About your resources, about your business. Now it so I can say it is D-Day. Okay. D-Day is like on that day, final day. Before final day, you have to prepare yourself. You have to create a planning with your whole team. And before actual migration start, you have to do multiple like demo migration. Okay. Then after that, when everything is okay, then you can start your migration. Okay. So what are the key activities if you ask me? First of all, you have to set up your cloud accounts. In our case, it is at AWS accounts and networking. Okay. Then security thing we have to do. For security thing, as I told you, so you cannot give access to all user for database. So for database, you can give access to your CTO, chief technical officer, you as a manager, or your team lead, like that. So security and IAM configuration that you have to create. Okay. What are the migration tool are going to use? Okay, that you have to select. Migration tool we will discuss later also. Yes. Okay, you have to train your teams. Okay, if something happened, who will take care of it? Okay, if this is the like if it's error case. Okay, the test cases, if these things fail, what is my backup plan? These things you have to like hmm, do these things. And obviously testing, rigorous testing, that means a mock test after uploading these things. So this is the migration phase. Okay, just before the actual migration happened. uh Leave it for now. Two things, tomorrow, day after tomorrow, I will discuss migrate phase, and last is optimized phase. Okay.
Yeah, sure, sure, Sujay.
Okay. Thank you, Mona. In between, I will create these things and I will send it to you. Oh, I will send it to them. They will send it to you. Okay.
Okay, so we are catching up on Friday.
Yeah. Hmm.
Okay, okay. Take care. Bye
Okay.
bye.
Yeah. Thank you. Bye bye.
Yeah, bye.